Picture a high-end, Michelin-starred dining room. The sommelier carefully pours a crystal-clear liquid into a delicate wine glass. This is Nifudazake, the flagship brand of Kamonishiki Shuzo. Instead of ornate calligraphy, the label looks like a minimalist luggage tag attached to the glass. Inside the bottle is a highly engineered sensory experience. The brewers aim for a vibrant freshness paired with a silky mouthfeel, leading to a crisp, clean finish that intentionally masks any aggressive alcohol burn. It feels like the product of a modern culinary startup. But this aesthetic and flavor profile actually emerged as a desperate survival strategy for a 130-year-old brewery that was on the verge of total collapse. The story begins in 1893. Here in Kamo City, Niigata Prefecture, Kamonishiki established its roots deep in the local community. For decades, they produced bunshakushu, casual evening sake. They crafted a rich, savory profile to reward the working class at the end of a long day. But tastes shifted. By the late Showa era, Japan was swept by a boom for a light and dry sake that quickly dominated the market. Kamonishiki refused to adjust. They maintained their traditional, heavy umakuchi style, convinced their loyal customers would stay. Over time, that stubbornness caused them to fall completely out of step with what mainstream buyers actually wanted to drink. By 2014, the situation hit a breaking point. The brewery was facing a severe management crisis, and crucially, they had lost their toji, the master brewer. Without a master to lead production, the entire legacy was facing extinction. Keeping the doors open in the 21st century would require a ruthless, top-to-bottom reboot of how they thought about brewing sake. The person who stepped into that leadership vacuum was the owner's eldest son, Yuichi Tanaka. He was 22 years old and had exactly 0 formal apprenticeship training under a master brewer. This chart illustrates 2 paths to mastering sake. Instead of relying on the slow, decades-long curve of traditional intuition, Yuichi chose the steep spike of data-driven replication. He used intensive self-study to rigorously research and mirror precise fermentation metrics. This new methodology required a new environment. A few years prior, in 2008, the family had actually relocated their entire operation to the Akiha ward of Niigata City. The new facility wasn't a historical wooden brewery. It was a repurposed industrial textile factory. Under Yuichi's direction, this space essentially functioned as an expansive laboratory for his experiments. Substituting traditional intuition with hardcore data metrics allowed a 22-year-old outsider to bypass decades of trial and error, moving the brewery directly into the production of high-quality premium sake. Kamonishiki operates under a strict philosophy. They refuse to repeat predetermined, standardized recipes year after year. Instead, they treat every single fermentation tank as an independent technical experiment. They systematically isolate and alter base variables. First, they adjust the specific proportions of different sake rice varieties in the blending stage. Then, the focus shifts to manipulating the exact temperature curve throughout the fermentation process for that specific tank. Yet, this digital precision relies on flawless manual labor. 2 craftsmen move in perfect synchronous motion to evenly sift spores over steaming rice. Traditional perfection here is mandatory to prevent off flavors. When an experimental batch yields a definitive improvement in flavor, they permanently record that success. They stamp the specific tank number and a new version number on the bottom of the label in bright vermilion ink. The versioning system proves Kamonishiki Shuzo operates a lot like a software developer. They never rest on a static, finished product, choosing instead to constantly deploy upgraded patches to the market. Right now, their iterations are heavily focused on achieving a specific sensory goal, a distinct low-alcohol feel. They are running test fermentations to find the exact golden ratio of water, koji, and rice that systematically eliminates any strong, burning sting on the palate. To execute this, they launched their Brewing Japan initiative. The brewers travel the nation sourcing incredibly diverse, premium sake-specific rice varieties, bringing top-tier ingredients from regional farmers directly into their tanks. The resulting liquid is highly fragile. Their portfolio relies heavily on Muroka Nama Genshu, meaning it is unfiltered, unpasteurized, and undiluted. It is essentially a live product that demands rigorous environmental control. Deploying this sake requires precise sommelier techniques. To maintain its vibrant freshness, the brewery mandates sub-zero cellaring at -5 degrees Celsius, even after it reaches the buyer. This extreme care pays off. Nifudazake has successfully integrated into elite culinary circles, becoming a premier pairing choice at top-tier French fine dining establishments and high-end sushi bars. Kamonishiki Shuzo redefined its trajectory by treating its historical foundation as a platform for constant technical refinement. Their evolution shows that a traditional craft thrives most when it is willing to upgrade itself for a new generation.